Actually, that one's pretty good.
A pair of 76ers fans were booted for showing free Hong Kong signs at a game. Apparently, the team forgot the 76ers got their name from
Karma to help you improve your credit. But it cannot solve the eternal questions surrounding the human condition.
Oh, come on, I need answers.
But signing up is free. No credit card needed. Just download the Credit Karma app now.
Oh, there's my answer.
Credit Karma. Here's to progress.
The great thing about facts, they're proven. Like the fact that crude oil contains impurities, or that base oil made from natural gas is 99.5% free of impurities. And the fact that Pennzoil is the first synthetic motor oil made from natural gas, not crude oil. It gives you unbeatable engine protection. The proof is in the Pennzoil. Based on Sequence 4A wear test using SAE 5W30. Get a $100 travel reward credit with a full synthetic oil change through October 31st, 2019. Terms apply. Visit pennzoil.com/travel on.
Turkey ramping up its offensive on Syria's northern border, taking over a key border city and forcing families living there to flee with nowhere to go. ABC Chief Foreign Correspondent Ian Pannell is at the local school, now converted to an emergency shelter in the border town of Ras Al Ain, Syria.
From an elementary school in northern Syria that has now become home to 50 families who've had to flee their homes. The classrooms here are now where they've got what few belongings are able to carry, but crucially, they've got no food, they've got no medicine, and they've got no water because Turkey bombed the water station nearby. All of this is happening. The children are having to call this home while Turkey continues its bombardment.
The move follows the President Trump's decision to withdraw U.S. troops from the region, leaving America's ally, the Kurdish forces, who helped fight ISIS, open to that attack. Do you like tarantulas? The warm weather in Northern California having a big effect on those furry and scary spiders in Fog City.
Folks in San Francisco are being warned. The tarantulas are coming. The warmer than usual weather extending the mating season for the big fuzzy arachnids. Residents being warned to tread lightly as male tarantulas break into a frantic crawl to find a mate. And fear not, experts say tarantulas are mostly harmless to humans. Their bites are like bee stings, their venom very mild, and take pity on the males. A hungry female will often make her mate her meal.
ABC's Dave Packer, this is ABC News.
Right now, the Home Depot makes replacing your old carpet easy. With more styles and colors to choose from, there's no better time to buy. With free installation on any carpet purchase of $499 or more, all by licensed local pros. Backed for life. Today is the day for doing and saving with free carpet installation only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. For a limited time, $499 minimum purchase required. Typically $699. For license information, visit homedepot.com/license numbers. Valid through November 6, 2019.
I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
ABC News this hour is sponsored by the Woodland Bank. We're here with Andy and Tasha Klocko.
We own and operate Klocko Brewing Company. We're located in Grand Rapids at 36 Southeast 10th Street, kind of right by the Water Tower and Walgreens. We are a craft brewery, so we first and foremost brew beer, many different styles of ales and lagers. Woodland to us came very highly recommended from multiple people in the community. Kind of hit it off with everyone right away and sort of felt like the right thing. We use business checking and loan services, nothing but friendly and professional, and really like how Brian's kind of made it clear that it's a partnership from the beginning. From our first meetup with him and Wayne, it was just very, very clear that, hey, this is an open and honest thing. We want to help you because if you succeed, we succeed, and it's good to have that more of a partnership relationship.
It's just been so supportive.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
That's the Woodland way.
Classic Radio weather.
Here's your KOZY weatherology forecast. Overcast skies today with snow likely becoming mixed precipitation. High temperatures reach up to 36. Winds out of the southwest 8 to 15 miles per hour. Cloudy skies expected tonight. Chance for snow showers. Lows around 30. Chance for mixed precipitation tomorrow. Highs level off around 38. Cloudy skies. 1 to 2 inches of snow today through tomorrow. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Currently, it's 32.
It's time for the Sports Issue on 1320 KOZY and KOZYradio.com.
Taylor Wade blocked, dug out by Bemidji. They'll have to just knock it across, and a little miscommunication. And we are tied at 20.
Tomberlin up the middle to Conaway, and he breaks free. It's going to be an 80-yard run by Eli Conaway down to the 10, sneaks into the end zone at the goal line, and that's a quick strike Titan offense.
The Sports Issue is brought to you by Grand Itasca Clinic and Hospital, Jimmy John's, Anderson Glass, and Northern Star Cenex A&W of Deer River. The Sports Issue is also brought to you by Dondelinger Ford, McDonald's, Woodland Bank, and Super One Foods.
Down the middle. And there it is! Miss hit! A serve to finish it off for the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks at 25-23. First and 10. Thunderhawks handoff up the middle home. Breaking tackles, has one more to break. Can't quite get out of the grasp there, but he is, still going. My goodness, down inside the 40 to the 38. That'll bring the crowd to its feet.
The Sports Issue starts now on 1320 KOZY. And a happy Saturday morning to you and yours. Welcome to the Sports Issue. Glad to have you along. I'm Joe Gigliotti along with Sheldon Willis. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Walking in a winter wonderland.
Yeah, seems like it. Fresh coating of snow out there. Do you remember, I'm sure you do, because it was just a few days ago, Wednesday afternoon, it was about 71 degrees. Yesterday in the afternoon, it was about 33 degrees with some mixed precipitation.
Yeah, that mix went over to full yuck overnight.
Now, is that an official weather term, full yuck?
Yeah, I went to meteorological school.
Ah, okay. Well,
I can't say it, but I went there.
I'm fine with that. Full yuck. So, yeah, glad to have everybody along. And coming up on today's show, we'll be joined by Grand Rapids football in studio at about 8:30. Coach Spawn already here, ready to roll.
Yeah, he's right here. I know we talked. It was kind of last.
Proud to be part of your community.
It's time for the Car Care Tip of the Day, sponsored by Hibbing Chrysler Center.
So you're ready to buy a new car, but where do you go with so many dealerships out there? With all the stress life deals you, the last thing you want is more stress when you're ready to purchase. Salespeople at the Hibbing Chrysler Center are knowledgeable and helpful. They don't have what you're looking for, they'll get it for you. At the Hibbing Chrysler Center, you'll get straight talk without double talk. You deserve the best treatment, the best deal, and a pleasant buying experience. Give the Hibbing Chrysler Center a chance to show you just how pleasant and stress-free buying your next vehicle can be. Hibbing Chrysler Center on the Beltline in Hibbing.
With today's Car Care Tip, I'm Tim Edwards. Headlights are an active safety item and the first line of defense on a vehicle. If you can't see objects in the road, you can't react. To prevent this, drivers must be proactive about headlight maintenance. Proper maintenance maximizes the amount you can see down the road and side road, which can mean additional reaction time, helping you avoid hazards that cause accidents. When it comes to headlights, you need to know there are a variety of choices available on the market to suit your individual needs. There are options available that offer brighter down-road visibility or whiter light, which improves contrast and helps you distinguish objects on the side of the road better than basic headlights. Changing your headlight bulb can be a simple process that may not require a mechanic or service professional. In fact, various online guides and resources exist to help you swap out your headlight bulbs in a matter of minutes. Consult your owner's manual for bulb and headlight replacement procedures, needed tools, and safety precautions. That's today's Car Care Tip. I'm Tim Edwards.
The Car Care Tip of the Day, sponsored by the Hibbing Chrysler Center. Listen for the Car Care Tip of the Day, 8:50 a.m. on 1320 KOZY.
1320 KOZY Grand Rapids. Grand Rapids' original radio station.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. In Southern California, fire crews battling several blazes north of Los Angeles. The Saddle Ridge Fire in the San Fernando Valley charring through nearly 8,000 acres so far, fueled by fierce Santa Ana winds. ABC's Matt Gutman is in Porter Ranch.
The fire really got going here in Porter Ranch at about midnight to 1 a.m. And it was in the middle of the night, and people suddenly started to realize that they had to get out of here. And so panicked residents piled into their cars, driving through what we saw were blizzards of embers just sweeping across the road, trying to get out of here. And police officers with masks on their faces going door to door, pounding, trying to get people to wake up and get out of here.
Those evacuation orders still in place. Rudy Giuliani, President Trump's personal attorney, now the focus of an investigation involving his alliance with two men with Russia and Ukrainian ties arrested on campaign finance violation charges. This while the impeachment inquiry ramped up with ousted U.S. Ambassador to Ukraine, Marie Yovanovitch, testifying Friday at a committee hearing that she was forced out of her job by the Trump administration and Giuliani. ABC's Kira Phillips has more.
Trump has made no secret of his disdain for the former ambassador.
But I heard very, very bad things about her for a long period of time. Not good.
In the July phone call with the Ukrainian president that sparked this impeachment inquiry, Trump called Yovanovitch bad news, later saying she was going to go through some things. Yovanovitch, a career Foreign Service officer who has served in 6 administrations, said Giuliani was gunning for her.
Giuliani tells ABC News he was not aware he was under investigation. Acting Secretary of Homeland Security Kevin McAleenan stepping down, President Trump announcing that Friday in a tweet. And in Syria, tens of thousands of families fleeing a key border town overtaken by Turkey's military. You're listening to ABC News.
Offer not valid in all states or where prohibited by law. Loans are subject to lender approval. See website for details.
Need cash but have bad credit or maxed out cards? Now you can get a personal loan for up to $5,000, whatever your credit, with no paperwork. 27cash.com is one of the nation's largest personal loan networks. If you have a checking account and a regular income source, you can get cash in your account as soon as tomorrow. Type this into your smartphone or computer address bar. www.27cash.com. That's 27cash.com. 27cash.com.
Take a step toward updating your home with exclusive LifeProof vinyl plank flooring from the Home Depot, starting at just $3.19 a square foot. It locks together for easy installation. It's waterproof, scratch resistant, and comes in a variety of trendy styles with over 40 colors to choose from. That's a step in the right direction. Today is the day for doing with LifeProof vinyl plank flooring, starting at just $3.19 a square foot. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing. U.S. only. See store for details.
California will be the first state to require abortion medication on college campuses.
The bill signed into law by Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom takes effect in 2023 and only applies to the 34 campuses in the University of California and California State U systems. But the law will only be implemented if a state commission can raise more than $10 million in private donations to pay for it. Religious and anti-abortion groups oppose the bill. The medication is an option for women who are less than 10 weeks pregnant. The process requires taking 2 pills.
ABC's Chuck Sievertson. Banks may be raising a lot of fees, but many are dropping them too for what's considered the centerpiece of its relationship with customers.
More banks than ever are offering free checking accounts.
42% of non-interest accounts are free, no monthly service fees, no balance requirement.
Bankrate's chief financial analyst Greg McBride on how you may be able to eliminate fees.
If you're able to sign up for a direct deposit either through your paycheck or your Social Security check, more than 80% of non-interest accounts become free accounts to you.
Most interest-bearing checking accounts do charge fees in many cases unless you keep a minimum balance across all of the accounts that you have with the bank. Daria Albinger, ABC News.
The U.S. and China putting the brakes on the tariff war. The Trump administration Friday says it's suspending a tariff hike on $250 billion worth of Chinese imports, set to take effect Tuesday. This is ABC News.
Now that you can get your favorite Chili's 3 for $10 meals delivered, anywhere can be your own personal Chili's. So?
Hi, welcome to my house.
Welcome to the meat lovers section of my in-laws' vegan barbecue. Burgers, finally.
Welcome to my therapist's office, where it's okay to eat your feelings. And quesadillas.
Welcome to Chili's Delivery. Order online at chili's.com/delivery and get all your favorite 3 for $10 meals, like Cajun chicken pasta, delivered right to you wherever you are. At participating restaurants only. 3 for $10 not available via third-party platforms. Delivery fees apply.
Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Classic Radio weather.
Here's your KOZY Weatherology forecast. Overcast skies today with snow likely becoming mixed precipitation. High temperatures reach up to 36. Winds out of the southwest 8 to 15 miles per hour. Cloudy skies expected tonight. Chance for snow showers. Lows around 30. Chance for mixed precipitation tomorrow. Highs level off around 38. Cloudy skies. 1 to 2 inches of snow today through tomorrow. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Currently, it's 32.
Second hour of the sports issue on KOZY. Joe Gigliotti along with Sheldon Willis. Thanks again to Grand Rapids Football for stopping by this morning. Quickly, some other high school football scores from the Northland last night. Cook County shuts out Northeast Range 52-0. We also had Cloquet blowing out Proctor 42-8. Northwoods, another shutout here, 40-0 over East Central. So that's at least 3 40-0 games in the Northland last night. We also had McGregor 40-32 over Onamia. It was Cherry 52-22 over Ely. Ricori 12-6 over Brainerd. How about this one, Sheldon? Crosby Ironton 26-22 over Moose Lake Willow River.
I know nothing about 7AA football, obviously.
Mountain Iron Buell in a 1-0 forfeit over Floodwood. I would guess that's a numbers issue?
Yes, it is. Floodwood did play last week. Forget who they lost to, but have forfeited 2 of the last 3 games.
North Central 65-14 over Hill City Northland. Rush City shuts out Barnum 42-0. 2 Harbors. Man, a lot of shutouts. 25-0 over Mesabi East. Hermantown takes care of Hibbing 59-8. Tight one here and low scoring. Evlith Gilbert 14-8 over International Falls. North Branch 59-14 over Denfeld, and Bemidji 16-6 over Sauk Rapids Rice.
A couple others that stuck out to me. Esco over Aiken 41-14, and 7 3A seedings are going to be just unbelievably weird. Aiken, let's see how it goes. Aiken has beaten GNK. GNK has beaten 2 Harbors. 2 Harbors has beaten Esco. Esco has beaten Aiken, and they all have 2 losses.
Can you go to the whiteboard and diagram that?
No, that's going to be nuts. I have no idea if GNK is going to be anywhere from 1 to 4 in that section. And Ogilvie, or Carlton Renshaw over Ogilvie 34-32. That was a good one last night.
And you had some swimming results as well?
I have Grand Rapids, a triangular yesterday as they won a triangular at the Grand Rapids Pool over Superior and Robbinsdale Cooper. Some first places, the 200-yard medley relay. Elsa Viren in the 200 IM. Rowan Kruger Barth in the 50 freestyle. Actually, Grand Rapids sweeps 1, 2, and 3 in the 50 freestyle. Addie Albrecht in 1 meter diving. She's been having a great year. Also, Rowan Kruger Barth in the 100 free. And I know there's some others. Kyra Johnson in the 100 backstroke. Chloe Peterson in the 100 breaststroke. And Grand Rapids winning the 400 freestyle relay. And it is True Team sections today. And we talked about True Team, what was it, last week or the week before when Grand Rapids, 2 weeks ago, when Grand Rapids Swimming was here. But it's a little different format for a meet. Everyone scores. You can only put limited number of people in each event, and diving starts at 10 and swimming starts at 2 today at the Grand Rapids Pool Section 8A True Team meet.
I know earlier in the week, Grand Rapids girls soccer sees their season come to an end. Boys soccer still alive after a 4-0 win over Spectrum on Thursday. Sheldon, I will bring you in a candy bar of your choice if you can name me where Spectrum is located and their team name without looking it up.
I did not look it up, and I do not know it.
I didn't either, so I did. They are located in Elk River, and they're the Spectrum Sting.
Okay.
When I heard that result the other day, I thought, what is Spectrum? I have no idea.
Well, and there was Lakes language academy, I believe, also in the 7AA playoffs. So I know nothing about that. I would assume they're in the Brainerd Lakes area somewhere. Grand Rapids will play today at Public School Stadium against Duluth Marshall in quarterfinal action. That's a 4:00 game.
Good luck to Coach Corbett, Coach Corbett and the boys on the pitch today at PSS. Let's see, elsewhere, any other high school notes you wanted to mention?
Nothing pops to mind.
Golden Gopher football tonight under the lights against Nebraska, the 25th ranked Golden Gophers, coming off a 40-17 win last week over Illinois. Gophers are 5-0 for the first time since 2004. Yeah.
Who was the coach
years.
in 2004? You know?
Glenn Mason?
That was my thought, but
could be.
Could be.
That was before Kill, right?
Yeah.
So Golden Gophers again taking on Nebraska here today. Big week last week for Shannon Brooks, 111 yards. And let's check in with Mr. Brooks.
Got to give credit to my O-linemen. They played tremendous Saturday, opening holes for us. And once you get the offense to play that effective and that good, then it's always fun when you make those big plays and be explosive and stuff.
And Brooks focusing on keeping his head up when he's running.
That's just my running style, but it can hurt me a lot of times if I put my head down and duck down, because eventually I'll run through the tackle and then my head will be down because I'm trying to run somebody over and then I'll end up tripping. But that's one thing I'm working on in practice each and every day, just keeping my head up and make it a focus so in the game I can be better at that.
There was a running back for Ely about, 4 or 5 years ago, who I noticed always ran with his head down, and just wanted to toss that out there. Elsewhere, defensive end Carter Coughlin for the Gophers. His thoughts on Nebraska.
They just got a lot of playmakers. So, same thing this year. They've got a bunch of playmakers. They've got skill everywhere. So, we need to be firing on all cylinders, and every position group needs to be prepared.
I know that the Gophers have been practicing this week with frozen footballs and turning the temperature down at their practice facility, slippery footballs, all kinds of things to get ready for tonight, where it should be a bit of a messy and chilly one at TCF Bank Stadium. Have you been doing any practicing for getting ready for being at the game tonight?
No, I've been pulling out winter clothes, though.
Hey, that sounds like you are prepared, sir.
By the way, 2004, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the Glenn Mason was indeed the coach.
Okay.
After starting 5-0, the Gophers went 2-5, finished 3-5, tied for 8th in the Big Ten, and won the Music City Bowl.
Great.
So let's quit bringing up 04. We want a better final result than that.
The 2019 Gophers again against Nebraska tonight. We'll have the game on KOZY. Pre-game at 4:30 and opening kick at 6:30. If you listen carefully, you might be able to hear Sheldon shivering. Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, those will be my knees knocking together and my teeth chattering.
Elsewhere, we have, what else do we have? University of Minnesota Gopher hockey team opening up their season last night, taking on Colorado College. Kind of an old WCHA feel to open up the season. Tyler Nanny opening up the scoring in the first period, less than 2 minutes in. And then, well, the scoring went quiet. There was none until the third period when CC tied it up at 1. The Gophers retaking the lead on a Scott Reedy goal. But just 10 seconds later, Colorado College tying it at 2. And then the Tigers getting the go-ahead and winning goal with less than 5 minutes to go. Ben Copeland with the marker. 3-2 win for Colorado College last night. Jack LaFontaine made his Gopher debut in net, making 28 saves, again allowing those 3 goals. Head coach Bob Motzko thought the Gophers played pretty well.
We got to build off the good things we did tonight because there was a lot of it. You know, it's just so darn hard to sound positive right now, but there was. We played a pretty doggone good game for our first game. We got some guys that got better. I liked our D-core. Our goalie was strong, and you just can't take the penalties we took.
And more Motzko on LaFontaine, the goalie?
Well, he stopped the puck when we needed him to, and he didn't have a chance on two of those at the end of the game, and that's on us, not on him. So we'll have to watch film, and it's his first game, a little nerves, but he gave us a chance to win tonight.
And Motzko on his freshman.
Yeah, I thought the defensemen were very good, all three of them, for a first game. The Colorado College has good speed, but I thought they handled everything. And they showed they're going to keep getting better and better. I liked Myers tonight in many situations. You can see where he's really going to help us. We got a couple of guys. I like Sorensen with his speed.
Gophers and Tigers again tonight. Other college hockey scores from yesterday. Here's a good one. Bemidji State hosting St. Cloud State. Bemidji had a 4-0 lead on St. Cloud. Bemidji on home ice, but St. Cloud storms back, ties it at 4, and that was your final score after the extra session. Opening the scoring in the game, former Thunderhawk Alex Adams with his first of the season. So, Micah Miller playing for St. Cloud in his sophomore year now for
Sounds
Micah?
right.
Yep.
Sounds right.
Minnesota Duluth, number 1 ranked Bulldogs, they are upset in the opener. They fall to UMass Lowell 3-2. UMass a 3-0 lead. Bulldogs power their way back into things in the third. In fact, UMD outshoots UMass Lowell 17-1 in the third period. Outshooting UMass Lowell 34-17. So UMass had 17 total shots in the game. UMD had 17 in the third alone. But Bulldogs do fall 3-2. Hunter Shepard, a rare loss in net for UMD, but I am none too concerned. It is just one game.
It is just one game, but they also lose to whoever it was, University of Alberta, in an exhibition last week.
True, but they played 3 different goaltenders in that game.
Yeah, yep.
Elsewhere, North Dakota taking on Canisius. North Dakota, the 5-0 shutout, outshooting Canisius 40-11. Gavin Hain with an assist in the game. So, there's a look at some college hockey scores. We also had Minnesota State 4-1 over Arizona State. Michigan and Clarkson tie 1-1 in overtime. Wisconsin falls to Boston College 5-3. On the ladies' side, we had Minnesota Duluth, a 3-2 overtime victory over Minnesota State. And Wisconsin shuts out Ohio State 3-0. Bemidji State falls to Providence 5-1. Some college hockey action going on. Fun to be able to report on some college hockey results.
Oh, it's getting there. Quickly, one other high school note that I forgot. Grand Rapids volleyball at a tournament in St. Michael, Albertville. They go 1-1 yesterday with a win over Ricori and a loss to Stillwater. Playing there again today.
Minnesota Vikings back at it tomorrow and back at US Bank Stadium where they will meet the Philadelphia Eagles. Vikings coming off a convincing and nice bounce-back win over the New York Giants last week. And head coach Mike Zimmer on the good run defense of the Eagles.
Well, they're very aggressive up front. Graham and Cox, they're very physical guys on our right side. They do a nice job with Jenkins, who gets in the boxes a lot and makes a lot of plays.
And Vikings defensive coordinator George Edwards, his thoughts on the Eagles.
Tough NFC opponent coming up this week in Philadelphia. They're as good as anybody in the league right now. I think they're number 2 in the red zone, 2 on third down. So we've got to do a good job of playing situational football this week. And guys are tuned in, getting ready as far as the preparation heading into this game.
And offensive coordinator Kevin Stefanski on building off of last week's win.
Looking forward to the challenge this week, getting back in front of our fans. Got a great Eagles defense coming to town, and we will have our work cut out for us. Briefly last week, great team win. I thought the players really did a nice job of executing the game plan. Again, great to get on the road, get a victory, and then looking forward to coming back home.
Vikings and Eagles tomorrow, 11 a.m. pregame for a noon kickoff on 96.9 KMFY. Also, the Major League Baseball playoffs continuing. Last night, the NLCS started. The Nationals, a 2-0 win over the Cardinals. For the Nationals, big performance from Anibal Sanchez. Nearly threw a no-hitter. Took a no-hitter into the 8th. But So the Nationals with the 2-0 win over St. Louis. They lead that series 1-0. Nationals and Cardinals again tonight. Also getting underway tonight, Game 1 of the Yankees and the Astros. In the American League Championship Series, I think for most folks, the two teams that they saw as quite likely to meet in the ALCS. The Yankees, of course, knocking out the Twins 3-0 in that sweep. And Sheldon, just running down some Major League Baseball playoffs, I'm wondering, would you, if you had to lose a game in the baseball playoffs, a deciding game, would you rather have fallen like the Braves did at home, falling behind 10-0 in the first inning, losing 13-1, or would you rather have fallen like the Dodgers did to the Nationals, giving up 2 home runs in the 8th inning to tie the game, and then losing on a, top of the 10th grand slam at home?
The way the Dodgers lost, just that's the kind of loss that rips your heart out. I'd rather just get it over with. If you're going to lose, just get pounded. I don't know.
I tend to lean that way as well. You just think, okay, this is obviously not our night. It's not going to happen. Let's get through the next 9 innings and call it good. Whereas the Dodgers, I think heartbreaking just overshadows a blowout.
I agree.
I think the best tweet I saw this week was a funny one about, here's what the the Cardinals' first inning looked like against Atlanta. And they showed a video of kids running the bases, and there's like 50 of them just rounding the bases over and over and over again. That was kind of like the Braves' first inning.
Pretty much.
So, who do you like in the 2 series we have left, Cardinals and Nationals?
I like the Nationals.
Really?
And in the AL, I like Houston. I just think, as Yogi Berra said, good pitching beats good hitting, and vice versa.
True story. Yeah, Nationals at one point 19-31 on the season, and lo and behold, they are in the NLCS, featuring former Twins Kurt Suzuki and Brian Dozier. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk Greenway Volleyball next on the Sports Issue on KOZY.
If you're looking for a one-stop shopping destination while traveling through Deer River, or if you're a long-term area member, the Northern Star Cenex Travel Center is here to serve you. They offer 24-hour fueling of high-quality, top-tier Cenex gasoline in 3 grades: unleaded, super unleaded, and non-oxygenated premium. On the diesel island, they offer highly rated Cenex Roadmaster Premium Diesel for on-road users and dyed diesel fuel for off-road jobs, plus propane for your grilling and RV needs. All at Northern Star Cenex in Deer River.
Hi, this is Denny Holzman, Doctor of Physical Therapy at Grand Itasca. As a member of the Grand Itasca Sports Medicine team, I'm happy to help expand our coverage to my hometown of Hill City. Now providing training room time and sideline coverage, we're able to support more local athletes, ensuring safe play and prompt injury care. The Grand Itasca Sports Medicine team is your first call for sports injury care. We'll get you back to the game as soon and safely as possible.
Grand Itasca, part of Fairview Health Services.
If your patio doors stick, squeak, or leak, replace them with Anderson patio doors. Their low E-glass, low-maintenance exteriors, rich wood interiors, and wide range of sizes can turn patio door replacement into serious home improvement.
Stop and see Derek, your Anderson window specialist at Anderson Glass, Grand Rapids.
There's a chill in the air, and the seasons are changing. This is Kurt, Store Manager at Super One North. It's that time of the year when you want to stock up your freezer, and you can do that with the help of Super One Foods. Come in this week and pick up some fresh, natural, assorted Smithfield pork chops, $1.66 a pound. Or how about all-natural skinless, boneless chicken breasts, only $1.66 a pound? Or how does a delicious New York strip steak sound for $7.77 a pound? Prefer fish? Try our fresh farm-raised Atlantic salmon fillets, $6.96 a pound. Super One Foods, proud to be part of your community.
Qualifications and rules apply. Visit Woodland Bank for details.
If going to the bank was more like going out to eat, where would you go? You could try some Mega Bank.
Welcome to the bank. How can we help you?
Yeah, can I get a free checking account?
That's one high-fee checking account. Would you like a credit card with that?
I said free!
Extra fees.
Ugh. Or you could visit a community financial institution.
Welcome. My name is Doug. I'll be taking care of you today. We have a generous selection of free checking varietals. Our Kasasa accounts are some of my personal favorites.
Kasasa?
Kasasa pays you cash rewards for meeting a few easy qualifications. All fee-free, of course.
Yeah, I'll try Kasasa.
Excellent choice.
Get free Kasasa checking and great service at your local community institution. That's KASASA.
Hi, this is Brian Nicholson, president of Woodland Bank. Ask for Kasasa at any Woodland Bank location or go to woodlandbank.com. Woodland Bank, member FDIC.
Minnesota News Network, I'm Brent Palm. The debate about whether to legalize recreational marijuana comes to St. Cloud today. State Representative Dan Walgamot is hosting a Cannabis Hall town meeting. He says given the fact that 11 states have already legalized it, it's only a matter of time until it happens in Minnesota.
Legalizing cannabis for adult use in Minnesota will help veterans legally get the care they need, allow law enforcement to focus resources on more serious crimes, and expand freedom for Minnesotans.
Senate Republican Majority Leader Paul Gazelka says legalization is a bad idea and won't happen next year. And an Eagan man is sentenced to more than 47 years in prison for intentionally driving into two pedestrians and killing them. 38-year-old Jonah Armatre pleaded guilty to second-degree murder in the June 2018 deaths of 74-year-old Roger and 58-year-old Diane Peterson. This is MNN.
I was feeling so alone.
I was going through a really difficult time.
I didn't want to bother anyone.
I didn't think they'd understand.
It was tough at first, but I did it. I'm glad I asked for help.
I asked my teacher.
I asked my dad. You can do this.
Whatever it is, ask for help.
If you're thinking about suicide or need support, call the Trevor Lifeline at 1-866-488-7386. Ask for help.
I was feeling so alone.
I was going through a really difficult time.
I didn't want to bother anyone.
I didn't think they'd understand.
It was tough at first, but I did it.
I'm glad I asked for help.
I asked my teacher.
I asked my dad.
You can do this.
Whatever it is, ask for help.
If you're thinking about suicide or need support, call the Trevor Lifeline at 1-866-488-7386. Ask for help.
Classic Radio weather.
Here's your KOZY weatherology forecast. Overcast skies today with snow likely becoming mixed precipitation. High temperatures reach up to 36. Winds out of the southwest 8 to 15 miles per hour. Cloudy skies expected tonight. Chance for snow showers. Lows around 30. Chance for mixed precipitation tomorrow. Highs level off around 38. Cloudy skies. 1 to 2 inches of snow today through tomorrow. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Currently, it's 32.
Welcome back to the Sports Issue on KOZY. He's Sheldon, I'm Joe, and we're happy to be joined now by Greenway Volleyball in studio.
I thought maybe you'd have a few highlights queued up from the Greenway Grand Rapids volleyball game in the background.
Next time.
We are here with Greenway Volleyball. This is one of those that's taken a little bit of time to set up. I think this is the third time we've tried it, and this time it worked. Claire, you've been road warriors this year for Greenway Volleyball. You're all over the place. You're just never at home.
Yeah, I know. It's been a struggle only having 4 home games, but I mean, it is what it is, and we can't change it, so we're not going to dwell on it. And all of our fans travel all over, so it's not like it's too big of a deal. We still get a pretty big student section.
And one of those road games was in Grand Rapids, Emma, so everyone could make it there.
Yep, they could. That was a game that we'll never forget, for sure.
And we didn't introduce everyone. Claire Vekich, Emma Sutherland, Helly Shevich, Makar Anderson, and Coach Rhea Tomberlin Anderson. So, it has been a good year for Greenway Volleyball. We were talking about it before we went on the air, Hallie. It's always a good year for Greenway Volleyball. How do you keep bringing all these good players up to play varsity ball?
Well, everybody at Greenway really loves to play, and they have a real passion for it, so.
So here, look, you get your own mic, Makara. You're special. Well, you got to share with your mom. But Makara, your senior year, and talk a little bit about your expectations coming into this year. Has it been what you expected for your senior year so far?
Yes, definitely. Our goal is to go to state, but we beat Rapids was definitely memorable.
So is that, and you can take the mic a little closer to your mouth when you're talking, then I can hear you better. And Emma already mentioned the Rapids game. Highlight of the year so far, going into Rapids and getting that win.
Yes.
What was talked about before that game, Hallie? Was it like, how big a deal is it?
Well, we tried not to put a lot of pressure on our players, and everybody just went into it just wanting to win, and I think that we really wanted it more.
Now, Coach, you were pretty confident before that game as well. When we did the interview, I could tell you had it. There was that look in your eye. You were pretty confident going in.
I was. I felt like we've just handled pressure situations really well this year. I mean, with all the road trips, we've been on the road and we've beaten teams on the road and just had maybe that extra confidence that we needed. And I could just tell I felt really calm and knew that they were just going to play point by point and just keep pushing.
So why only 4 home matches this season?
I'm not really sure.
Is that the coach's fault or the AD's fault or someone?
Well, I don't really think it's anybody's fault, but every other year it's usually the same way. Usually it's not this bad, like this extreme, but I mean, last year we had a lot of home games, so this year we were kind of bound to not have as many.
So Emma, talk a little bit about. I want to talk about tournament play because volleyball is odd to me that you play weekend tournaments where the games are actually different. It takes fewer points to win a match. You play multiple matches in a day. It's a lot different than just playing a 5-set match at night. Talk a little bit about playing in weekend tournaments.
Yeah, I feel like it's different. Like the run out, like we don't run out and like do starting lineup like we usually do, and I feel like it's not like the same, but we still know how to work and play during those weekends. So.
And the funny thing to me, Hallie, is those games in a tournament, you're playing maybe a third or fourth game during a day, right? Up to, 3 games or 4 games in a day? What's been your
I
highest?
think the most is 4 that we've played.
And yet you're playing a 4th match in a day, and it counts the same as playing a weekday game where you're just playing one. How do you keep your mind fresh and make it an important game?
You just go into every game like it's a new start and you forget about the other ones and you just reflect and then you move on and just take your best attitude into it.
Well, I know a setter is such an important part of any offense, and Macari Greenway has had to use a new setter this year because Erin, who was setting your whole high school career before that, right?
Yeah.
She was the only setter you had. Graduated last year. Has that been an adjustment? I know Lexi has put up good numbers.
Yeah, I mean, at first, like, you have to adjust to a setter, but she's been doing great this year, and as a freshman, just coming in there, and we've all loved her set. She's been doing really good, and we're all proud of her.
Yeah, I think at the start, it was just a little bit different getting to, like, adjust to her. Like you said, Erin's been our setter for our whole career. So her coming in and being a little bit more shy and scared, it was a little bit harder, but she's definitely like settled in and she's been doing awesome, like she said.
So, we'll go here to Coach. Does the setter determine the ball distribution a lot because she's the one making the decision on where the pass comes, or are your hitters calling that out and telling her where she's supposed to set?
Both. And also, she hears from me quite a bit too on.
I'm sure.
Claire only has 3 sets this match. Something's wrong here. So I think it's a combination of everything.
So, but for a setter, does she have to get confidence that she knows where to put the ball and confidence in her ability to distribute it?
Yeah, for sure. And I think, like also like Rhea said, you kind of know which hitters to go to more often, and so yeah, it does depend on the pass. Like when I'm in the middle and the pass is off the net, you obviously can't set the middle, so she has to know to set the ball to the outside or the right side. And so, yeah, I think it's a combination of all three.
So, and we don't have Lexi here to talk and defend herself, but has it been an emphasis in practice and in matches to distribute the ball a little bit to make sure the block doesn't concentrate on Claire too much, or is that done by moving Claire around a little bit and saying, okay, we're just going to run some fakes and get her open? I'll let you take it first, Emma.
I feel like it's kind of both. Like, we've been practicing really well with, like, moving it around and, like, so we know that we're all ready to be able to attack. And I think that Lexi's been doing really good on learning how to do that so well. But
And I know we talked just before we went on the air. Coach has been doing a bunch of stats. You're approaching 2,000 kills for your career, which is quite a milestone. You didn't even know about that.
Yeah, I don't really keep track of it, but I know last year I was at like 1,500 at the end of the year, so I haven't really thought much about it, but that's pretty cool.
She has 389 this year so far.
So as far as you can tell, is that a record, a Greenway record already for number of kills in a career?
Yes.
Now, Hallie, we talked a little bit about the setting, the hitting, but first touch, that first pass is what starts the offense in any volleyball match. I thought in that Grand Rapids game, the first touch for Greenway was the best that I've seen it since I've been up here in 5 years.
That was phenomenal against Rapids.
We really came in clutch. Our serve receive was really, really good, and everybody was on point.
So what is the key to a good first touch? You're the libero, right?
Yep.
So you're doing it a lot.
Yep.
As well as some other defensive specialists. But what's the key to a good first pass, and what practice drills it into you the best that you feel it?
I think that communication is key, like talking to the person standing next to you who's going to take the seam, or saying in and out for the other passers. And we just do a lot of like best out of 15 drills, and you really have to talk to the people that's next to you. And
we pass a lot together, and I know before every pass we're talking about who has the seam and who's going to take it, and like how short the server serves. And I don't know, I feel like that's the best thing is communication.
Toughest serving team that you've played this year, Makara? not sure. That was a tough question. Proctor?
I think Proctor.
Proctor, yeah. They were hard serves, and some of them jump serve really well.
So, Claire, and was it last year that you really got that top spin serve down that drops over?
I honestly don't even know when I started top spin serving. Yeah, I think I had it in 9th grade. It started to get better in 10th grade. 9th grade I was kind of just learning how to do it, but yeah.
But then last year really getting it down, and now this year it's the go-to serve. How much can you move that serve around, and is it, I don't know, just talk about the technique. Have you tried, have other people on the team tried to work on that top spin serve?
Sometimes people just like joke around with it and just try it, but most of our other servers jump float, which is also like an equally deadly serve. So.
do you want other people to work on that, or do you like the jump?
I like the combination we have.
Okay.
Like Hallie, Libby come in off of the bench and just are so good at spot serving and serving aggressively, and then Makara, Kaisa, and Lexi. Well, Lexi too, the three of them, and then Makara and Kaisa have the nice float serve, and then the topspin serve from Claire. I think they all do a great job.
Everybody like has a different serve. Like Hallie's more of a stand float, and then Libby has more of a topspin like stand serve. And Makara jump floats. Lexi has like her own unique serve, and then there's my topspin. So I feel like it's really good.
So who's calling the serve? Who's calling the serve when you're back serving, Makara? Like, who's telling you what you're supposed to do?
Coach Aaron usually does. I'm more just like jump serve, like float. I don't try to spot serve, but Hallie, Libby, and Lexi, he's always telling them where to serve.
Okay, so it's more when there's someone who can really spot serve that he's calling the serve, Hallie.
Yeah.
What's your favorite spot to serve to?
Area 5, because those girls aren't really expecting it.
Okay, where's area 5 on the court? Give me the diagram.
Left back.
Okay. And that's a spot that they're not. Are they trying to? Isn't the setter often hidden back there trying to not get the serve receive?
Sometimes, but if you push your serve towards the line, it's harder for the passers to turn it in all the way to the setter.
Now, I had asked earlier who's calling the sets, the hitters or Lexi or Coach Anderson. Do you try to call for your own set sometimes?
Yeah, I feel like the whole front row does, depending on the pass. Like, we all kind of know, like, if the setter's getting pushed back, like, we know what to call, and, like, we could just work around with it. And Lexi's really good at, like, hearing our communication, so.
So is there one particular person in the front, depending on the rotation, that's trying to call out the set, whether on a number, or is it anyone who thinks it's?
Yeah, I feel like most people know their role, and some people are up there to just fake. Or like when I'm in the back row, I'm told to fake, and we have to communicate with that too. So I'm coming in yelling, trying to get blockers to come to me to get Makara or whoever else with no block. So yeah.
Toughest block you faced this year?
Hermantown had a huge block this year, and so did Proctor. Edina, yeah.
All the cities.
They're actually we faced a lot of big blocks.
And what's the key to being able to hit against a big block? Yeah, you mentioned Rapids as well. They pride themselves on their block. What's the key to having good offensive numbers against a big block?
Don't be scared. Like, don't hesitate. Just trying to, like, either go line or hit cross. Like, trying to go around them, or even, like, put a tip in there, a roll shot.
If they do block, you don't get discouraged. Like, you're gonna get the ball again, and if you're discouraged, you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna be scared, and you can't be scared. And moving the ball around and quick sets, like instead of doing high sets.
How much are you watching the block as you make your approach on it?
I watch the block a lot. Like, I usually don't have trouble hitting around a block.
And when you're watching it, there's a lot of input coming in that you have to process in a split second. It's just become second nature.
Yeah, I guess I've been playing for a while, so it's just like instinct now. And
we don't know how she does it. Sometimes she's up in the air and she sees the defense, and she's, changing her swing, and we just look at, wow, we are just glad she's on our side of the court.
Yeah, I think there was, and it might have been at your tournament, at the home tournament that I was watching, where you went up, and I thought it was a kill shot down the middle, and all of a sudden you did a roll shot 8 foot on the right side, and I looked at whoever I was sitting with and said, that's just not fair. It's not fair. Are you able to watch the block, Makara?
Yeah, I try to look in, like, my peripheral vision.
Peripheral.
And I like to hit off the block 2 out.
Okay.
It works, like, almost every time.
Yeah, it does. Especially if the set is, like, tighter.
Yeah.
Makara's really good at, like, hitting it off the block and out.
So you're actually you're aiming for a certain part of the block. You're not trying to go around it. It's like,
just
okay,
like wiping it off so it goes out.
And that's stuff we work on too in practice. Yeah.
So what's the worst part of any practice? What drill is the least favorite for everybody?
I hate doing vitamins. I'm not gonna lie. Yes.
Okay, describe that for me, Hallie.
Vitamins is, depending on your position, like the middle hitters have their own vitamins, and they have to block transition, like 5 times, and the passers have to do a T, a box, and a V, and it's just like a bunch of different footwork.
Yeah.
A lot of times, and it's really tiring.
Or like for middle blockers, like sometimes we'll do drills and like it's just like block to the left side, block to the right side, transition hit, block to the left side, block to the right side, transition hit. It sucks.
You sounded surprised, Coach, that they didn't like that one. Didn't you know that?
Oh, no, I didn't know that. But I will say that I feel like we are so mentally, we're so much better this year that I feel like we go into each practice and I can say, okay, guys, what do we need to work on? What are our weaknesses? And they've watched a lot of huddle. What can we do? Well, we need to work on this. Okay, well, then let's work on that. And just, I don't know. They're almost like assistant coaches.
And everyone speaks up, too.
Yeah.
Like, everybody has their own input, and nobody's scared to share it, which is really good, and it's helped us a lot this year.
So who talks the most during practice? Who's the out of all the team? Not coaches.
I think that Claire talks a lot during practice, like encouraging people or helping people know where to go and calling serves and calling plays to run. And she's just really knowledgeable and she really helps everybody else on the court.
You agree, Emma? Claire's.
Yeah, I feel like Mick plays a role in that too, like having both of them be our captains and doing such a good job with it. Like Hallie said, helping us in almost everything, like giving us advice about a lot of things too. And I feel like that's what brings us all together too, is that leadership and help that we all get.
One thing for any volleyball team and at any level, not getting down when there's a little bit of a bad run, not letting a couple points become 5 points, become 7 points. How does this team pull together? What do you do to keep from getting into that bad rut where all of a sudden everything goes bad?
I think this year we've been like really good at not having that happen. I think what we try to do is just like not have, like once one person gets down, we all get down, just try and like encourage everyone and be like, you'll get the next one, just like.
Well, when you make a mistake, it's pretty obvious to everyone on the court, right? If there's a bad pass, bad set, or someone makes a wrong decision on a hit, it's pretty obvious. How do you keep from being critical of whoever made the mistake?
Well, when you made a mistake, and most of the time everybody comes in and you're just like, that was my fault, that was my bad, and then everybody just regroups and we side out from there. And I feel like we've been really good at that. Like nobody really gets mad or is critical of anybody, and that's a huge thing. Just regrouping, and we come together and we say we're gonna side out right now, and it's good from there.
So Hallie was talking about the two captains being fairly vocal in practice. You were too, Emma, but are they vocal in games as well?
Yeah, I'd say they're probably the most vocal. Like, I think it helps with Claire, like saying, okay, I'm running a fake, I'm going here, and then like it's like she's like the primary, so it's like we kind of just go around her too almost sometimes too. But and like Mick saying like just there's a hole or something, like if she's back row, like just everything around the court is always really like communicated.
Favorite offensive play to run?
Probably a shoot on the outside, just a fast
shoot.
Yeah.
And has Lexi gotten a lot better at that as the season has gone along? Because I saw a few against Rapids and I went, oh, that's different than what I saw at the Greenway tournament, which was early.
Yeah, I think in the beginning, from now, she's really gotten better. We've been working on it at practice. It's gotten faster and just at the right spot where I like it.
And someone speak for Lexi. What's the hardest set to make? What's the most difficult one to do well and consistently?
Probably like the jets for the middles. I'd say Lexi struggles with the most, and it's difficult because it's like a shoot behind her. So instead of like shooting it to the outside, it's like a shoot to the back set.
To the right side.
To the right side.
To the right side. Okay. And what's your favorite offensive play to run?
I'm probably a 2 or a snap.
Okay. Describe those two.
Okay, it's like the outside, but it's like in a little bit more than the outside. So it's kind of like a shoot set, but it's like more in the middle, so I can like cut to the right or the left. And
it gives you a few more angles if you're not all the way out to the pin.
Yeah.
And Emma, we talked about the win over Grand Rapids early. Is that the memory so far of this year?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I feel like that's always been one of our goals, to try and finally beat them. And just to say we did it, I feel like it means just
awesome.
a lot.
It was just so relieving, and
With all the
I know,
fans there too,
yeah,
it was amazing.
It being
all
their
wearing
senior
pink.
years.
Yeah.
As somebody said, I had a calmness about myself while I was on the bench that they have never seen before. And I said, because when I saw the looks on their faces and the smiles and Hallie coming off the bench with the big smile and high-fiving, you just knew that
We knew we were going to
there
win.
was that confidence.
What we haven't talked about is a new section for you guys. You're not in section 7AA this year. You're down to single A. Does that make a difference in the mindset? Because you've always been the smallest school basically in AA, and you say, hey, we're going up against a North Branch or a Cloquet or a Hermantown, depending on the year. This year, you're the big dogs. You're the biggest school in here.
I don't think it makes a huge difference in the mindset because there's still other big dogs in this section. You just have to adjust who you're thinking of as the big dog. So instead of North Branch, we're thinking of Carleton, or like we're just analyzing different teams, and I think that that's good for us to just be looking at different teams and how they play.
You don't play Carleton during the year this year. You have to have thought about them a little bit, Emma.
Yeah. We've played them in JOs, but it's not like the same as regular season, and I just feel like we all just want to be able to play them and win, and knowing that they're so good too, and knowing that we're good, and knowing what we have too, I feel like we can.
So, Claire, talk. Is it a different mindset a little bit, or the same idea?
Well, I think like Hallie said, there shouldn't be really a change in mindset. You're still playing towards one goal, and that goal is to go to state. And I think, like she said, like we're just thinking about different teams now. We don't really have the big, tall North Branch. It's like the shorter, scrappier Carleton. So there's different things that we have to work on than we normally would.
But they're still really good, McCarr.
Yeah, I think their defense is what's so good, and they just know how to like find spots to tip and serve. Like they really know how to pick around.
When's the last time Greenway was at the state tournament? I know you've been in the section final a lot since I've been here.
Yeah.
2001.
Okay. It's time, Claire.
It is time. I think we've been really stressing like defense too, because Carleton they have some really good hitters, and we've normally at the start of the season we were getting tipped on a lot and scored on, and now we don't at all really. We get all the tips up. Everybody reads really well, so I think
our offense is what needs to be really strong against Carleton for sure. Mm-hmm.
I was going to comment, Claire. The St. Cloud State.
Oh. It's not mine. I just wear it.
I was going to say there might be a coach at BSU who's getting upset at you right now.
Yeah.
No, they don't care. So, and there's not much left of the season. What's left of the regular season, McCarr?
We have one regular season game left.
One of your 4 home games,
Yep.
right? On Tuesday against
Virginia.
And then
And then playoffs.
and on to playoffs. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it again to preview state. Sound good?
Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
Greenway Volleyball here on the Sports Issue. We'll take one more time out and be back to wrap it up on KOZY.
If you're looking for a one-stop shopping destination while traveling through Deer River, or if you're a long-term area member, the Northern Star Cenex Travel Center is here to serve you. They offer 24-hour fueling of high-quality, top-tier Cenex gasoline in 3 grades: unleaded, super unleaded, and non-oxygenated premium. On the diesel island, they offer highly rated Cenex Roadmaster Premium Diesel for on-road users and dyed diesel fuel for off-road jobs, plus propane for your grilling and RV needs. All at Northern Star Cenex in Deer River.
I'm Keyshawn Whitehorse, professional bull rider and area athlete, and Boot Barn and area asked me to share my story. I believe being a bull rider representing the Navajo community is a big thing, and kind of putting my Navajo heritage in bull riding. You know, I wear a beaded medallion on my vest that helps for protection. There's always that piece of me when I ride, because that's who I am. That is the way of life I choose. Area at Boot Barn.
It's almost Halloween. Goblins and their parents will soon be at your door. To make your house the best stop on the block, start at the Home Depot for a selection so good, it's scary. Like animated skeletons, cackling witches, pirates, and more. You can see them now at a store near you. Or if you can't scare up the time, get free delivery on Halloween decor. This year, Halloween lives at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Valid on online eligible products only. Restrictions apply while supplies last. U.S. only.
Freak yeah, Jimmy John's.
Freak yeah, what if I just needed one sandwich delivered?
Freak yeah, we can do that.
What about 100 sandwiches?
Freak yeah, we can do that.
What about 24 sandwiches?
Freak yeah, we can do that.
67 sandwiches?
Freak yeah, we can do that.
You know, 67's a prime number.
Freak yeah, a whole number greater than one whose only factors are one in itself, I know.
Great. I'll take one turkey tom, please.
Freak yeah, one turkey tom, on the way.
Freaky fresh, freaky fast, Jimmy John's, freak yeah!
And welcome back as we wrap things up here on the Sports Issue on KOZY. Thanks again to our guests today, Grand Rapids football and Greenway volleyball. A look at our schedule this weekend. We have Golden Gopher football tonight. Pregame in the afternoon starting at 4:30 and opening kickoff at 6:30. And then tomorrow we will have the Timberwolves preseason exhibition game. That'll be a 7 o'clock start. No pregame tomorrow night. Over on KMFY, it'll be Vikings football against the Eagles. 11 a.m. pregame, noon kickoff. Vikings football tomorrow on 96.9 KMFY as the Vikings try to go to 4-2 on the season. And big thank you to all of our sponsors on the program here. Grand Itasca Clinic and Hospital, Jimmy John's, Anderson Glass, and Northern Star Cynics and A&W of Deer River. Thank you also to Dondelinger Ford, McDonald's, Woodland Bank, and Super One Foods. We'll do this all again next Saturday morning from 8 to 10. Thanks for listening. For Sheldon Willis, I'm Joe Gigliotti. This has been The Sports Issue on KOZY.
1320 KOZY Grand Rapids, serving Grand Rapids and surrounding areas since 1948.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. In Southern California, the Saddle Ridge fire north of Los Angeles now just 19% contained, fueled by whipping winds. Tens of thousands of people evacuated overnight. ABC's Matt Gutman is in Porter Ranch, where homes have been gutted by flames.
I want to give you a sense of how hot it was burning. Obviously hot enough to burn cars, but roof tiles just able to crumble in seconds. That's how hot it was baking, sending tens of thousands of residents in this community just fleeing into the night.
The utility company PG&E says power will be restored today for 98% of the 2 million people affected by planned shutoffs over wildfire risks. Rudy Giuliani, President Trump's personal attorney, now the focus of an investigation involving his business.